What if I told you that in one single night, an entire army, 185,000 trained soldiers, were wiped out without a sword being raised by man? This isn't from a myth, nor from an ancient war story, but straight from the Bible. One angel, sent by God, brought down the mighty Assyrian Empire's pride in just a few hours. But why did this happen? What provoked such divine judgment? And what was the aftermath of this supernatural strike? Stay with me, because this is one of the most astonishing moments in Scripture, where heaven itself intervened in the affairs of men. Scene 1. The backdrop, the threat of Assyria. The story unfolds during the reign of King Hezekiah of Judah. At this time, the Assyrian Empire was the superpower of the world, feared for its brutal conquests. They were known for their cruelty, flaying their enemies alive, impaling captives, and leaving behind terror wherever they marched. King Sennacherib of Assyria set his eyes on Jerusalem. He sent his armies to surround it, and his messengers mocked not only King Hezekiah, but also the God of Israel. They shouted to the people on the walls, telling them not to trust Hezekiah and not to trust in Yahweh. They declared that no God of any other nation had been able to save them from Assyria's hand, and that Israel's God would be no different. This was more than just a threat against a nation. It was blasphemy against the living God. Scene 2. Hezekiah's response. Faced with the overwhelming threat, Hezekiah did not turn to Egypt, nor did he surrender. Instead, he went straight to the temple of the Lord. He spread the threatening letter from the Assyrians before God and prayed, "Lord, you alone are God over all the kingdoms of the earth. Give ear, Lord, and hear. Open your eyes, Lord, and see. Listen to the words Sennacherib has sent to ridicule the living God." This prayer shifted the battlefield. What Assyria thought was only a fight against a small kingdom turned into a battle against the God of heaven. God responded through the prophet Isaiah with a powerful promise. "He will not enter this city or shoot an arrow here. I will defend this city and save it, for my sake and for the sake of David my servant." Scene 3. The night of the angel. Then came the night, without warning, without armies clashing, without a single wall breached. God sent one angel, just one, and that angel moved through the Assyrian camp like a silent storm. By morning, when the survivors awoke, 185,000 soldiers lay dead, lifeless in their tents. Can you imagine the sight? A mighty army reduced to silence overnight. No human could claim credit. No weapon of war was used. This was divine judgment, executed swiftly and decisively. Scene 4. The aftermath. When King Sennacherib saw what had happened, he withdrew in shame. He returned to Nineveh, the Assyrian capital, broken and humiliated. Later, while worshiping in the temple of his own god, his own sons assassinated him. Jerusalem was spared, not because of its military strength, but because of the power of prayer and the faithfulness of God. Scene 5. Lessons and other examples. This story is more than history. It is a reminder that God fights for his people. When the enemy seems overwhelming, when the odds are stacked against you, remember, victory does not depend on numbers or human strength, but on the Lord. This wasn't the only time God used angels or supernatural means in battle. In Egypt, the angel of death struck down the firstborn of the oppressors. In Joshua's day, God made the walls of Jericho fall with a shout. In Gideon's time, a mere 300 men defeated thousands with torches and trumpets because the Lord confused the enemy. The pattern is clear. When God steps into the battlefield, victory is certain. The angel who killed 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in one night reminds us of the unstoppable power of God. It shows us that no matter how impossible a situation looks, the Lord can turn it around in an instant. So the next time life's battles feel too big, remember, God doesn't need an army to save you. Sometimes all it takes is one word from him or one angel to change everything. If you found this story powerful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Bible Unsealed, and share it with someone who needs to be reminded of God's power today. And let me ask you, which story of God's deliverance amazes you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.